We're live in Las Vegas. It's Alex Belfield talking to the biggest stars on the strip. And never mind the biggest stars on the strip. We're talking the biggest stars in the world. Joey, how are you?
Oh, fine, thank you. And how are you? So happy to talk to the BBC.
Well, hang on a minute. Apparently, only dogs could hear those first things you just said. How are you?
I'm delicious, thank you. I feel great.
It's great to talk to you. And you're, what are you?
What am I? I am the bean. I am the one who makes you smile and laugh. I'm the one who makes you change your theory of life. I'm love. I'm everything that makes you just want to go out there and do your thing.
Are you always like this?
No, not really. Only after 5 cups of coffee. No, I'm always like this. People are shocked. People who have known me for years have said, "You have never changed. You're always full of excitement." I love life. You got to appreciate every moment that you wake up because you never know when it's going to end.
We're here today at Zumanity, which is on at New York, and you're the big star of this show and of many shows in Broadway, and you've done cabaret for many years. Your dress is very interesting. I saw a documentary, The Making of Zumanity, back in the UK not too long ago. It really is, torture what you have to wear, isn't it?
Exactly. Well, they always talk about cirque shows, there's acrobats and people do these bends and contortionists. Well, my body goes through contortions as a 24-inch corset and 7-inch heels and wigs, and I'm literally tied up completely. My rib cage is pushed in, and it's a feat.
And presumably it's not easy. That's quite painful.
Exactly. I was like, well, life is painful. Just waking up in the morning, bro.
Let's talk about your character and how outrageous you can be on a scale of 1 to 10. Zumanity is another side to Cirque du Soleil. That's kind of their tagline, that this is for the more adult viewer. Therefore, you're able to be as adult as you want to be, are you?
Exactly. Well, the show now has been retitled A Sensual Side of Cirque du Soleil, because we've moved on from another side, because they know it's another side. Now as a show has changed and moved on, the show changes every night basically. So now we've earned this new title of sensual, and so my sensuality will deal with the different public, like every night, with how I get the vibe from the audience, and I pretty much like to stick on a same pattern, but then there's definitely like some kind of improvisation that goes on, which is great.
I'm a clinically obese, deeply unattractive man. What is sensuality? I've never come across it.
Sensuality is when you're one with yourself and who appreciates flowers and music and chocolates and a nice bottle of champagne and a nice touch of something under the sheets.
You see, sensuality to me is a Big Mac.
Well, I know where that Big Mac can go.
Now, this show then, it's got all the usual stuff of Cirque, which is over the top, unbelievable sound, unbelievable lighting. How shocked your audience on a scale of 1 to 10? Are there those coming in expecting Mystere or O or maybe even Car?
I think when we actually first opened up, from 1 to 10, it was a 10. People were like literally standing up and walking out because they were freaking out. They didn't know it was going to be that sexy. And we were very on the 10 scale of like pushing the limit. And we had to find the audience. And so now I think we're still 10 on that scale, because it's really America, and a lot of people they're conservative. We're from like something that they see only in movies or in television programs or magazines, and there's like the fetish and there's the nudity, but what people do with their bodies, and it is still over the top.
What I love about this show is for fat people like me. I mean, you go and see something like... No, really, you don't need to compliment me. When you go and see something like Mystere or O or Car, there's all these gorgeous people who make me feel inadequate. You come to this show and it's about being different, and different being whether you're short or tall, you could go together, whether you're fat, thin, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And that kind of embraces reality, because porn isn't reality, is it?
No, it's not, definitely. It's surrealism. But we glorify the body in whatever shape that is. I mean, look at Botticelli or the Botero, that's huge and round, and that is very sexy. A lot of people get turned on to that. I mean, look at I've seen people on the strip walking, skinny guy with a gigantic woman, or a skinny woman with a big fat man, and people, you don't know what people are thinking about, what that person offers to you personally and by yourself. Like I always say, like, watch two dogs barking. You think they're going to kill each other, but they're really talking to each other. So that's what it's all, you don't know.
Let's talk about your act. I think the nearest thing we have to it in Britain is a guy called Lily Savage, Paul O'Grady. I don't know whether you know Paul.
I know Lily Savage.
Well, Lily is brilliant, and Lily now is Paul O'Grady. Paul's given up being Lily because it's too much bother. The corsets and the makeup and the hair, it just drove him mad. So he's now on TV as Paul. He's got the same voice, like yourself, but I mean, he's a completely different act. It must be frustrating having to come every day and spend 2 hours in makeup and hair. Do you not just wish you could be you sometime?
You know what? I'm always me. I dress up no matter what. I dress up like to go out to a party. I dress up anyway. So to me, it's like I'm going to a party every night. So why don't I want to look fantastic and put it on? And this is me. This is my character. Maybe I don't even need all that makeup. I could put some lipstick on and a little bit something and still walk out and still be shocking to people. But I love dressing up, and people are paying good money to see a great show. Why not give it to them? Put the effort out. Do it.
Let's talk about the effort you've made today. How kind of you to wear the Loch Ness Monster exhibition T-shirt. Because you're just in Edinburgh doing the Edinburgh Festival. How did it go down there?
Oh, Edinburgh was fantastic. I love England. I've been going there for years. And I have to say that I did this show called Strange Fruit at the Freedom. And I did a show for 2 months. And I was very nervous because, English to me, they love their music and they love their acts. And if you're not there, they will let you know immediately. So Elliot, who's in the show also, the piano player, was my piano company at that venue. And it just went over genius. It was just fantastic. And I love the English. I've always loved the English. And in Scotland, I've never been to Scotland, so I wanted to, I love the men in kilts.
Were you stood over puddles looking for the reflection?
Oh, I wore shiny shoes every day. Patent leather boots, doll. No, but England and Scotland, and I'm dying to go to Ireland. But I love I love that part of the country.
What is great about you is your ability to ad-lib, and there aren't many people who can do that now. You've only got to watch the news, and when anything goes wrong, they fall apart. You've only got to watch a lot of the comedians now, and they're fine when they stick to script. I've even seen it here in Vegas.
Right.
Anything goes wrong, anything goes off script, they've no idea what to do. Now, that's where you come into your own.
Exactly.
Do you think we'll ever see you doing a TV show where you can do that? Because, you'd be a great TV presenter, or is America not ready for that yet?
No, I think people are ready for it. They just have to find the right venue. I've been approached by different people to do something like this, but I don't want to be another, a drag character. I want to play this character because it is female, but it is a creature. I always call myself a she-monster from the 21st century, and now I'm in the 21st century. So it's not about being campy. It's about being very elegant and eloquent and knowing who we are, and not just being off the top, but being very real with somebody and having fun with it. That's how I feel with this. But I think America would be loving this if like an NBC or somebody said, let's just go over the top and invite this person to do this. But I don't, we'll see what happens.
Well, congratulations on this show. I don't know how to describe it without sending people to see it. It is an adult show. We should say if you're coming and you're bringing your 5-year-old, this probably isn't the show for you.
No 5 years old, 18 and over. And with an open mind, please forget it. I am a pill that makes you feel good. Who needs Tylenol when you got Joey Arias?
Joey, congratulations and thanks for wearing the shirt. I appreciate it. The Loch Ness Monster exhibition.
British, and I love the BBC.